Ryan had always known he was different, but it wasn't in the way most kids felt. He didn't mind being the quiet one in class, nor did he ever feel like he didn't belong at home. His parents, Mark and Linda, were always there for him. They showered him with love, cooked his favorite meals, and stayed up late talking to him about life and his dreams. But on his 16th birthday, everything changed. It wasn't something his parents had meant to keep from him. They thought he'd figure it out later, when he was older, when he was ready. But the truth came out one evening when his dad, Mark, sat him down after dinner, looking strangely solemn. "Ryan, there's something we need to tell you," Mark said. His voice sounded heavier than usual, like he had the weight of the world on his shoulders. Ryan's heart beat faster. "What is it, Dad?" Mark looked over at Linda, who gave him a soft, almost apologetic smile. "Ryan, you were adopted." The words hit Ryan like a brick. He froze, trying to process them. "What? I'm adopted? I don't understand. Why didn't you tell me before?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Linda nodded gently, her eyes full of warmth and understanding. "We've always loved you like our own. You're our son, in every way that matters. But we thought it was time you knew the truth." Ryan felt a rush of emotions, shock, confusion, and something deeper. It felt like the ground beneath him had shifted. All the years he had spent thinking he was exactly like his parents, that his identity was tied to theirs, now seemed uncertain. "We didn't want you to feel different," Mark replied. "You were just a little boy when we adopted you, and we thought it wouldn't matter." "But it does matter," Ryan said, standing up, his mind racing. "I need to know who they are. Who my real parents are." Linda's expression softened, and she reached for Ryan's hand. "We've always been your real parents, Ryan." But Ryan shook his head. "No, I need to know who they are. I need to know where I come from." His voice cracked, the weight of the unknown pressing down on him. One afternoon, he packed a bag and told his parents he was going out. They didn't question him at first, sensing that he needed space. The next few days were a blur. Ryan couldn't shake the feeling of being unmoored. He couldn't look at Mark and Linda the same way. They were kind and loving, but something deep inside him felt like he had lost a part of himself, a piece of the puzzle that had always been missing. But as soon as he was out the door, he made his way to the adoption agency, desperate for answers. Inside, the receptionist greeted him with a kind smile. "How can I help you today?" "I need to know who my biological parents are," Ryan said, his voice shaky but determined. "I was adopted." The receptionist looked at him for a long moment before nodding. "I'm afraid that's not something we can disclose without the consent of your birth parents. It's a privacy issue." Ryan's heart sank. "So, I'll never know?" "I didn't say that," the receptionist added gently. "But it might take some time. And you have to understand, finding your biological parents won't change who you are or where you belong." Ryan left the office feeling empty. The journey he had embarked on to discover his roots hadn't given him the answers he was hoping for. He wandered the streets, lost in thought, until he found himself sitting on a bench in a park, the evening sky darkening around him. That's when his phone buzzed. It was a text from Linda. "We're worried about you. Come home, please." Ryan sat there for a long time just staring at the message. His entire life passed before his eyes. As he stared at the screen, a realization began to settle in. His foster parents had loved him, raised him, and cared for him. They had given him a home, stability, and warmth. He wasn't just their child in name, he was their son in every way that truly mattered. Ryan slowly made his way home. When he walked in the door, Linda was waiting for him, her arms open. Without a word, he stepped into her embrace, feeling the comfort he had longed for. "I'm sorry," he whispered, his voice choked with emotion. "I didn't mean to hurt you." Linda held him tighter. "You didn't hurt us, sweetheart. We just want you to understand that no matter where you come from, you'll always be our son. That's something no one can take away." Ryan nodded, tears welling in his eyes. The questions about his biological parents still lingered in his mind, but for the first time, he understood what truly mattered. His journey had started with a search for identity, but what he found was something even more profound. The love that had always been there, waiting for him, from the people who chose him. In the end, it didn't matter who his biological parents were. He was loved, he was home, he was where he truly belonged, and that was enough.